Right now, as you are watching this, a massive pattern flip is forming over the United States. And if you live anywhere east of the Rockies, what is coming in the next 7 to 10 days could completely change your week. 40 degrees above normal. That is not a typo. Cities like Omaha and Topeka are about to see temperatures 40 degrees above their February average. Denver, 36 above. And then just days later, a wall of cold air crashes south. When those two air masses collide, all hell breaks loose. But here is the thing. Before that collision happens, a winter storm is taking aim at the Ohio Valley and the Northeast this weekend. And right behind it, a flooding nightmare is building across the entire South. So if you are in any of these regions, do not go anywhere. I am about to break down exactly when this hits your city, hour by hour. And if you stick around to about the 5-minute mark, I am going to show you the exact rainfall totals the Weather Prediction Center is forecasting city by city, because some of you are looking at 2 to 4 inches of rain. Others, even more than that. Now, let us start with this weekend. A messy winter system is pushing into the Ohio Valley Sunday into Monday. The global forecast system model is showing a suppressed storm track, which means this is not going to be a blockbuster blizzard. But do not let that fool you. There is a dangerous stripe of snow, sleet, and freezing rain setting up, and freezing rain is the silent killer of winter storms. Here is the timing. If you are in Des Moines, St. Louis, or Kansas City, expect the wintry mix to arrive late Saturday night into early Sunday morning. By Sunday afternoon, the system pushes into Indianapolis, Cincinnati, Louisville, and Charleston, West Virginia. Sunday evening into overnight, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, and Columbus get hit, and by Monday morning, it slides into the mid-Atlantic. Philadelphia, New York City, Washington, D.C., Richmond, and then up the coast through Providence, Boston, and all the way to northern New England. Let me be specific. Monday morning, commuters in Pennsylvania, New York, and New England plan for a slower drive. Maybe a much slower drive. Now, here is what nobody tells you about this storm. The biggest threat is not the snow. It is the freezing rain. Between Kansas City and Richmond, Virginia, there is a real ice storm risk for localized areas. And ice does not care if the forecast says 1 storm or 5 storms. A 1/4 inch of ice on power lines and tree branches can knock out power for days. So, if you are anywhere in that corridor, charge your devices this weekend. Have flashlights ready, just in case. The rain-snow line is still shifting. The forecast could move 50 miles north or south over the next 48 hours, so keep watching. But wait, this storm, this is the opening act. The real show starts next week, and this is where it gets wild. By Wednesday, March 4th, into Thursday, March 5th, a deep trough ejects out of the Rockies and dives into the plains. The European ensemble models and the global forecast system are both screaming the same thing. A major pattern flip. Cold air diving south out of the Rockies. Warm, moist air surging north from the Gulf of Mexico. And where those two air masses clash, severe thunderstorms. Heavy rain, flash flooding, potentially tornadoes. Let that sink in. We are going from a winter storm on Monday to a severe weather outbreak by Wednesday. In the same week. Now let me walk you through the cities that need to pay attention, starting in the southern plains. Dallas, Fort Worth, Oklahoma City, Wichita, you are ground zero. Severe thunderstorms likely beginning Wednesday afternoon and continuing into Thursday. Multiple rounds, not one and done. Multiple rounds, moving northeast. Little Rock, Jonesboro, Springfield, Missouri, Memphis, Nashville. You are in the bullseye for the heaviest rain. The Weather Prediction Center is highlighting this entire corridor from Oklahoma City up to Indianapolis as the hot spot for extreme rainfall over the next 7 days. And I promised you numbers, so here they are. 2 to 4 inches of rain widespread from Springfield, Missouri through St. Louis up to Indianapolis. Some areas will see more. Localized spots could push well beyond 4 inches, especially where thunderstorms train over the same area repeatedly. Now push further east. Louisville, Lexington, Knoxville, Chattanooga, Birmingham, Atlanta, you are all in the threat zone for heavy rain and potential severe weather from Wednesday through the end of next week. Up north, Chicago, Detroit, Milwaukee, Minneapolis, St. Paul, you get the warm surge first. Temperatures in the 60s, maybe even 70s by March 8th. That is 30 degrees above average. Your snow is going to melt fast. But here's the problem. All that melt water plus heavy rain equals flooding risk. If you have a basement that tends to take on water, now is the time to check your sump pump. Further south. Jackson, Mississippi, Mobile, Montgomery, Tallahassee, Savannah, Columbia, South Carolina, Charlotte, Raleigh, Greenville. You are on the warm side of this system, which means heavy rain is your primary threat. Not snow, not ice, just relentless pouring rain. 2 to 3 inches easy, with some of you pushing higher. Out west. Denver, Albuquerque, Salt Lake City, Boise, Phoenix, Las Vegas. You are flipping the other direction. Cooler than average temperatures settling in as the ridge shifts east. So while the rest of the country heats up, you cool down. That is the pattern flip in action. The East Coast. Do not think you are off the hook. Washington, D.C., Baltimore, Philadelphia, New York City, Hartford, Providence, Boston, Portland, Maine, Albany, Syracuse, Buffalo, Burlington, Vermont. You start with wintry precipitation from the Sunday-Monday storm, and then by midweek, temperatures skyrocket. 60s and 70s possible all the way up to New York City and Boston by March 8th. That rapid warm-up after snow means snowmelt flooding in areas with poor drainage. And here is the twist almost nobody is talking about. This pattern flip actually lines up perfectly with existing drought areas across the central United States. So all that rain, it is going to provide serious drought relief from the southern plains up through the Ohio Valley. That is the good news. The bad news? When drought-hardened ground gets hit with 2 to 4 inches of rain in a short period, the water runs off instead of soaking in. Flash flooding. The Climate Prediction Center is backing all of this up. Their 6 to 10-day outlook shows a much above normal precipitation zone stretching from Dallas through Memphis, Springfield, all the way up to Detroit and Chicago. And the 8 to 14-day temperature outlook shows much warmer than normal across the entire eastern half of the country. Do not miss the next part. This is important. The Storm Prediction Center is already flagging next week for organized severe weather. That means we could see slight risk or enhanced risk days from the Storm Prediction Center. And the Weather Prediction Center could issue moderate risk for excessive rainfall. That is not something they do lightly. For storm chasers, this is the first real chase setup of 2026, and it could be a big one. So let me give you the timeline one more time so you can plan your week. Saturday night through Sunday. Wintry mix arrives in the Central Plains, Des Moines, Kansas City, St. Louis, Sunday through Sunday night. The system moves through Indianapolis, Cincinnati, Louisville, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Columbus, Monday morning. Wintry precipitation impacts the East Coast. Philadelphia, New York, D.C., Boston, Providence, Richmond, Monday through Tuesday, the winter storm exits. Temperatures begin warming Wednesday, March 4th through Thursday, March 5th. The severe weather threat ramps up. Dallas, Oklahoma City, Little Rock, Memphis, Nashville, Springfield, Missouri, Thursday through Friday. Heavy rain and storms spread into the Ohio Valley. St. Louis, Indianapolis, Louisville, Cincinnati, Knoxville, Chattanooga, Friday into the weekend of March 7th and 8th. The warm surge dominates the east, 60s and 70s from Atlanta to New York City. Severe weather threat shifts eastward into the Carolinas, Virginia, and the mid-Atlantic. That is 10 days of active weather, winter to spring in 1 week. Now, here is what I need from you. Drop your city in the comments right now. Tell me where you are watching from. Are you in the freezing rain zone this weekend? Are you in the severe weather corridor next week? Let me know and I will do my best to get you a more specific forecast for your area. And one more thing. This weekend, before any of this hits, clean your gutters, check your storm drains, make sure your weather radio is working. If you have not tested your Tornado Siren app or weather alerts on your phone, do it today, not Monday, today. This active pattern does not look like it is letting up anytime soon. The European ensembles are showing this ridge trough pattern amplifying even deeper into the second and third week of March. That means more storms, more severe weather potential. We could be looking at an early and aggressive start to severe weather season across the entire central and eastern United States. I am going to be tracking every single system that comes out of this pattern. And in the next video, I am breaking down the full severe weather season outlook for 2026, where the highest tornado risks are setting up, which regions could see the most active spring in years, and the one signal in the data right now that has me watching very, very closely. You do not want to miss that one. Seriously, make sure you subscribe so you do not miss it. Hit the like button if this video helped you plan your week ahead. Share it with someone who lives in one of these areas. They need to see this. And I will see you in the next one. Stay safe.